Hello friends, we were talking about mechanism of hormone action. Actually, hormone activate different type of receptor or different hormone activate different type of receptor, and this receptor may be present in plasma membrane or this receptor may be present in nucleus or cytoplasm, and the receptor which are present in nucleus or cytoplasm are called as mobile receptor, and mainly different type of steroid hormone acts through this mobile receptor. But the plasma membrane receptor are different type. This may be G protein coupled receptor, non-G protein coupled receptor. So non-G protein coupled receptor are tyrosine kinase receptor, and we have discussed about this tyrosine kinase receptor in previous video. And today we will be talking about another type of plasma membrane bound receptor or non-G protein receptor or non-G protein coupled receptor, that is cytokine receptor, or we will discuss the famous Jak Stat pathway. Actually, cytokine receptor will be activated by growth hormone or somatotropic hormone or prolactin hormone and the cytokine. So growth hormone, prolactin hormone and the cytokine acts via this pathway, that is Jak Stat pathway. Then what will be the Jak Stat pathway? First we will see the diagram of this Jak Stat pathway, right? And here you can see receptor, and this receptor have hormone binding domain. So this is the extracellular domain, and this is cytosolic phase of this receptor, and the receptor usually remains in monomeric form. And in cytosolic phase of this receptor, there are present a special kind of protein which is known as Jak or Janus kinase protein, and each receptor contains Jak in its cytosolic phase, right? After binding of hormone or ligand with this extracellular hormone binding domain, the receptor dimerization can be seen, and after then the cytosolic Jak of these two receptor will phosphorylate each other. That means cross phosphorylation can be seen. So this Jak phosphorylate. So in this receptor you can see a Jak protein, and this Jak protein phosphorylate another Jak protein which is present in another receptor, right? And also the Jak protein of this receptor will activate Jak protein of another receptor. So this is called as cross phosphorylation. Then the Jak will be phosphorylated. After phosphorylation of this Jak, the Jak again phosphorylate its own receptor, right? So this Jak phosphorylate its own receptor, and this Jak phosphorylate its own receptor, okay? And after phosphorylation of this cytosolic phase, then the Stat protein will be recruited, and this Stat protein again phosphorylated by this phosphorylated cytosolic phase. And after phosphorylation of this Stat protein, the phosphorylated Stat protein will be released from receptor, and after then this phosphorylated Stat protein bind with another Stat protein which is present in cytoplasm, and then this Stat dimer will be formed. One is phosphorylated and another is unphosphorylated. So this Stat dimer then enters into the nucleus and initiate gene expression. This is actually the process of Jak Stat pathway. Now we will see the description of this Jak Stat pathway. Then growth hormone, prolactin and the cytokine acts by this pathway. Receptor become dimeric when binds with ligand. Then first the receptor remains in monomeric form, but after binding of ligand the receptor becomes dimeric. Each receptor contains Jak or Janus kinase in its cytosolic phase. By dimerization, the two Jak come proximity and phosphorylate each other, right? Now phosphorylated Jak then phosphorylate tyrosine in its own receptor, okay? Now then a Stat protein binds with phosphorylated tyrosine by its SH2 domain, and then the Jak phosphorylate the Stat protein, okay? Then the phosphorylated Stat protein detach from receptor, and here you can see the phosphorylated Stat protein then detach from this receptor, and then it binds with another Stat protein to form the Stat dimer. So this is the Stat dimer, and this is Stat dimer, and which translocate into the nucleus and initiate gene expression. Then this is actually the process of Jak Stat pathway. So thank you, and that's it.